Welcome to Science for 50. Please open your notebook. Our topic for today: how do ecosystems change naturally? Ecosystems are constantly changing. This is called ecological succession. Ecological succession is the gradual process of change and replacement of some or all the species in a community. Succession can take decades or thousands of years. Look here. For example, in this place there used to be a volcano. This volcano was active. No plants lived here, neither did animals. However, after thousands of years, the volcano are no longer active. Small plants grew, then bigger plants, and finally animals. But how this happened? First, copy this definition on your notebook. To begin, we are going to make this drawing on our notebook. The first form of succession is called primary succession. Copy on your notebook. Now, primary succession is when at the beginning there is nothing. Then, slowly but surely, life starts growing until the place is now is full of life. Primary succession: the process of creating and developing an ecosystem in an area that was previously uninhabited. Occurs in areas with no soil. It's a very slow process. As we mentioned before, this process takes a lot of time. It is slow but continuous. After we have some conditions that are necessary for life to habitate here, the first thing that comes are usually the most simple plants, like lichens and mosses. These require very little material to survive. Once there is enough soil and nutrients, small plants such as flowers, ferns, and grasses grow. This prepares the soil to more and more variety of plants. These attract small animals like insects and small mammals. Over time, animals die and decompose. So do plants. This creates new material so bigger animals and bigger trees can grow. Eventually, a mature community is formed. This mature community is called a climate community. A climate community is a community that is able to maintain itself for long periods of time. This is a full ecosystem now. You can see here the gradual process of primary succession. First, we had bare rock. Then, we had the pioneer species, the first species of living creatures that habitate here. These usually are plants. Lichens do not need too much to survive. After some time, hundreds of years, Small annual plants and lichens start growing. Hundreds of years more, grasses and perennials. Now we have intermediate species. These species are going to form bigger community. Grasses, shrub, and shade-intolerant trees such as pine. When everything is ready, we have a full community and a complete ecosystem. The other way an ecosystem can change is secondary succession. Copy on your notebook. What is secondary succession? Is the process of repairing a damaged ecosystem. This occurs in areas where the soil was left intact. In secondary succession, we used to have a full ecosystem. But due to unexpected events, this ecosystem was partially destroyed. Examples of events that damage ecosystems are natural disasters, human activities, and death of organisms. Copy on your notebook. Here you can see some examples of natural disturbances or disasters, like fires, hurricanes, tornadoes, and of course the human disturbances, like a pasture abandoned by a farmer, logging or mining. In secondary succession, first the ecosystem suffers some damage. However, the soil still have enough material to sustain life. This process is more about recuperation than initiation. After 1 or 2 years, we can see the return of small plants. After 5 to 100 years, we can see almost a full recovery of the ecosystem. Finally, after a century, we can see how the ecosystem is now fully recovered. Even we can have more plants and more animals than we used to have at the beginning. Nature is amazing. That's all for today. See you next time.